Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Momma Christine's podcast, Living Life Through Experience. So, first of all, I need to apologize. My allergies have been really kicking my butt since yesterday, which is unusual because, I have allergies, but they're never that bad. But in Massachusetts, they've just announced how bad the allergy season is going to be, and it's actually hitting me. So, if I start losing my voice, I may have to cut it short. But I did want to come on and talk to you guys today. For a little bit, even if it's just a short amount of time. So here we go. So tonight we're going to be talking about self-care. And self-care is very, very important. But let's start with a card, like I always do. And let's go. What we got? Oh, that makes so much sense. So, chakra cards, indigo, third eye, being able to see what's right in front of you, being able to see what's in your mind, your daydreams, your night dreams, whatever it may be. Keeping your eye open, keeping your intuition open. Despondence. To me, when I see this card, all I picture is her pulling her hair out in like this craziness that's going on. And that's what we seem to do. That's what we do to ourselves a lot. And we don't realize it. But what I want to talk to you guys about tonight is the fact of how much we do for other people and not do for ourselves. That's what I mean about self-care. It's like, well, I can't say no to, this person because they'll be mad at me. But again, think about this. How many of us do that? We don't want to say no because we don't want to disappoint. We don't want to upset. We don't want to whatever, and if you do say no, then you got the big guilt trip going on. It's like, why do you feel guilty? I tell people all the time, there's a difference between doing things from your heart and doing things from your ego. If you do something intentionally to hurt another person, that is your ego. That's not right. But in your heart of hearts, if you feel like I cannot do this for you right now, or I'm unable to be there to help you, or whatever it is they're looking for, then it's fine. It's fine. We cannot be there for everybody all the time. Think about that. It's a lot. We have so much to do for ourselves, and not to say don't help people, but remember your boundaries, remember your limits, remember your health, and the reason why I say that is because it's actually come up a couple times this week already. And I'm like, well, this has got to be the message of the week. Self-care. We got to start taking care of me, myself, and I, okay? Because, excuse me, again, we spend so much time helping this one, helping that one, doing whatever we can for everybody, thinking that these people expect this of us. And if we don't deliver, oh my God, there's hell to pay, right? No. Again, you are on this planet Earth to live your life, not anybody else's. So if you are physically, mentally, emotionally drained and you cannot do it, it's time to say, no, I'm sorry, I'm done. I can't do this right now. One of the conversations that I had this week was, not wanting to disappoint, not wanting to make everybody angry because I'm going to say no to this. And I says, yeah, but think about this. I said, they'd have to get over it no matter what. How they react to what you need to do for you is not your business. That's their issue, not yours. And if a doctor turned around and said to you, okay, you need surgery, you need this, you need that, and you have to do this, then they'd have to deal with that, wouldn't they? So what's the difference if you're doing it for yourself, mentally or emotionally, or a doctor is telling you got to do it physically? If you have to say no, you have to say no. Your health is important. And again, your health is mental, emotional, physical, and yes, even spiritual, because sometimes we need that spiritual connectedness to the divine, whatever that is for you. That is a piece of us that keeps us in sync with who we are. So think about that. Self-care is taking care of the self. I hear all kinds of excuses. I don't have time. I've got a husband. I have kids. I have work. I have this. I have soccer with the kids. I have gymnastics with the kids. But you know what? There's always 5 or 10 minutes somewhere in your day when the average person is awake 16 hours a day. Somewhere in there is 5 or 10 minutes where you can hide in a corner, in the bathroom, in the shower, whatever it is, and just let your day go, right? Sometimes we want to people please so much that we're filling our plate with so much stuff. Oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to help that one. I'm going to help this one. And then meanwhile, you're not helping yourself, you know? And what happens? Now you're becoming drained. Now you're becoming angry. Now you're becoming regrettably upset. And it's getting to the point with what you found fun at one point is no longer fun. That's no good. That is no good. Self-care is also taking care of yourself when you've been through a lot in life. You know, maybe through divorce or death or, I don't know, there's a million things that could happen. You know what I mean? But taking care of us is getting ourselves back to who we are. You know, because sometimes we forget that along the way. You know, we become accustomed to being there for this one, for that one, and for this job and that thing and this thing and whatever. There's a million things we could do. We forget who we are. Who am I? What do I need to do for me? Because now I'm becoming completely drained so that everybody else is happy and I'm miserable. Why is that? That's not where you want to be. You have to have a balance. You should always be number one. If you're in a good space and you're feeling good and your energy is good, then by all means, go help somebody if you want to. But when it's got to be here, got to be there, got to do this and got to do that and got to be for that person, that thing and this thing, and that's too much, too much. You know, as my mom used to say, you bite off more than you can chew, right? I'm sure some of you have heard that. Or, you know, like dinner, right? They would always say, your eyes are bigger than your stomach. You know, which means you can always, you think, or you see something and you think, I can handle that, only to find out you can't. So as a food reference, you can't digest all of those things in your life. You really can't. So again, it's self-care. Is it okay to say no? By all means, yes, it is. Why? Because we need it for our peace of mind. We need it for our health, our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health, right? Think about it. When you become so emotionally drained, mentally drained, your physical body is just like kicking butt. Like, I just can't anymore. I'm going to fall over. I'm going to fall down. I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. You know, so think about that. When your physical body is no longer feeling what it should be feeling, then something's off and you've got to find some balance. You've got to let go of something or someone or whatever it may be. But again, it's not your responsibility to make everybody else happy, right? I've always said that to you guys in my videos. Only person who can make you happy is you. Can somebody do something for you that makes you feel happy? Yes. But generally in life, if you want to be happy in life, you need to do what you need to do for you. And it is not your job, again, to make everybody else happy. It is not your job to feel guilty when they can't accept your decisions. It is not your job to care what everybody else thinks. You know, and I hate to say it like that, but it's like, if you spend too much time caring about what they think, you're never going to care about what you think about you and what you need. So yes, you know what? I'm sorry I cannot do that for you. I'm sorry I cannot be there with you guys for this. I'm sorry I cannot do that. But right now, mentally and emotionally, I am exhausted and I need to take care of myself. And that's really what it's about. So, you know, despondence. Don't stand there pulling your hair out, right? Oh my God. What am I doing? What's going to happen? You know, I can't do this anymore. And it's funny because one of the conversations that I did have, the person was saying that she's feeling very overwhelmed at the moment and feels like whatever she does love doing, she's now beginning to hate because it feels forced. And nothing should ever feel forced. You know, you should be doing something because you enjoy it. And when you no longer enjoy it, you know that's when it's time to move on. So think about that. Seriously, think about it. You know, we all spend way too much time worrying about what everybody thinks. What are they going to say? What are they going to think of me? What? Stop with the what's. Stop with the how. Stop with the where. You know what? I need to do this for me. Again, if an actual doctor said physically, you need this done to feel better, then you would do it. right? And the other people around you would have to understand that physically you're not in a place to do something right now for them. Well, mentally and emotionally is the same thing. You know, today we are very open to mental health and emotional health. And it's a real thing. It always has been. It's just never been accepted. It's always been said to let it go, get over it, push it aside. You can do this. Just swallow it and move on. And it's like, no, emotions are real. They are real. We feel things. Another word that came up was being sensitive, and sometimes it's you being a sensitive person where you feel a lot of energy and you feel a lot of emotion, but it's also telling people how sensitivity affects them when you're talking with people. Like, this is what I need to happen so that I'm in a good space. Can you support me that way? And if that person can't support you that way, then you got to fix that or change it. And if not, you know the drill. Let it go. Let it go. So again, look, vanity. Forget what it looks like. Forget what it looks like. Because your life is yours. And I have said this, oh my God, a million times. Your life is your life to live. Do not let anybody tell you how to live your life. Even if a person is wrong and they're doing something that maybe is not good for them, you still can't control what they do. You can say, you shouldn't do that. It's not good for you. Or you shouldn't do that. It's not going to end well. It's still that person's choice. It is still that person's choice. Again, you can't fix it. You can't change it. You got to let it go. Which leads me to my next thing of self-care, is always wanting to enable other people. Maybe you're with somebody who is always doing things wrong. You want to fix it. I know, I'm a fixer. I was. Not anymore. It is what it is. You know what you're doing. You'll know the outcome. So don't enable people. Well, I feel bad if they're, in trouble or they're not doing well, and I feel like I need to fix it for them. And it's like, but how are they going to learn? So even them, they need their self-care. They need to do things for themselves. They need to figure things out. Do you? Well, obviously, if you're still trying to enable other people, then you need to start worrying about you. Because again, we can only help people so much. I always tell people, I'm so grateful with my children. I feel that, I've taught them well. I have let them go out and do their thing, make mistakes, figure it out, move on in the right direction, and keep going, and they've done amazing. Have they fallen down? Oh, heck yeah, of course they have. But you know what? They got back up and they kept going. That's teaching them self-care. So if you have somebody who's always wanting your help and you always want to help them and you always want to fix them or whatever it may be, allow them to fall on their face. I know that might sound mean, but when they constantly are always looking for somebody to save them, they're never going to know what it's like to save themselves. So let them be. Sometimes we have to set those boundaries and just be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. You're a full-grown adult. Figure it out. I can't save you anymore. I've helped you, and now I'm beyond helping you. It's time for you to figure it out. So that's another part of self-care, because that helps you to take care of you, which is what you should be doing instead of helping everybody else. I know we all love to help people. We do. But again, it's like, well, it's my kids. It's my this. It's my that. It's like, I don't care. Everybody is an individual human being. Take the labels off of mom, dad, sister, brother, and all that stuff. One human being to another. If they need help and you help them, great. If they start depending on you consistently and not doing a thing for themselves, well, it's time to separate and say, hey, you got to figure this out. It's no different than when I have somebody come in for a reading or for Reiki and they want guidance, they want healing, they want to feel better, they want to let go, and they feel amazing when they leave here, only to go out there and live life the same old way. So what happens? They go right back to their old self. They go right back to not taking care of themselves. So think about that. You know, sometimes we need to let those people, those friends, those family members, whatever it is, just let them be and let them figure it out on their own. Because again, someday you're not going to be here to do it for them. And then what are they going to do? So at least this way you're giving them a chance to figure it out. So again, it's about self-care. It's about love. It's about taking care of you, letting them take care of themselves, okay? And just going on, be happy, take care of what you can take care of and leave the rest behind. It just, you got to take care of you. I mean, I can't stress that enough. So, enlightenment. I like that one. So the enlightenment yellow is your solar plexus. That's being in your personal power. It's being in your confidence, your self-esteem, right? Doing your thing. When the light bulbs go on, as I say, it's like, I get it now. Okay, I've got to let this be. I got to take care of me. I got to do what's best for me right now. So you know what? I need to have balance. I need to have health. I need to be emotionally well, mentally well, physically well, and spiritually well. So when your light bulb finally kicks on and you realize, like, yeah, something here is gotta give, you're gonna be okay. So I'm gonna leave you here because I can feel my voice starting to get deeper. Because the more I talk, the worse it gets. For some reason, I always seem to get laryngitis when my allergies kick in. So hopefully next week will be fine. But again, thanks guys for listening. Thanks for being here. I know this was short, but better short than not at all right? So take care of yourselves. Do what you need to do for yourselves and love yourself enough to do what you need to do. Have a great one, guys. This is Momma Christine, and I will see you next week.